Hey guys, it's me, Cali. Today I'm going to show you how I made these Happy Hippie body butter bars. I had a blast making them. They're made out of all natural organic ingredients, including essential oils, and they're totally nourishing, hydrating, and moisturizing for your skin. I think you're going to enjoy it. It was super simple to do, and I'm also going to share with you a couple storage options that I made out of some recycled items. So if this looks like something you'd like to see, stick around and I'll show you how I did it. Okay guys, let's get started. I'll show you what I'm choosing to use today. There are many body lotion bar recipes online right now. I did a lot of experimenting and a lot of tweaking, so this is my rendition, but feel free to substitute or, play around with this as much as you'd like. It's a very forgiving recipe. So I'll show you what we're going to use. First thing is a double boiler. If you don't have one of these, you could improvise making one. It's just a pot within a pot. You can Google how to do your own if you don't have one. It's really simple. I have a few measuring cups. I have these silicone ones that are easy to play with in the butter. But if you don't have those, any measuring cup will do. And I also have this glass Pyrex one, which is great for pouring the hot liquid. I have a set of wooden chopsticks just to mix and stir. You could use anything. I have an assortment of silicone molds. You can get these fairly cheap online. You can use them for soap or, all kinds of uses. So I'm choosing to use these today. Use the molds of your choice. And then as far as our oils and butters go, we're going to be mixing and melting a combination of organic coconut oil, wild cocoa butter, raw unrefined shea butter, this is candelilla wax. You could substitute beeswax for this if you choose. We're going to melt those together, and when they're done melting, we're going to add in some almond oil. You could substitute grapeseed oil or the oil of your choice. I'm going to add some hemp oil, like a good hippie should. Some vitamin E oil. All of these have amazing moisturizing, anti-aging, SPF, antioxidant, UV protection, just amazing qualities to all of these things. And the vitamin E oil also acts as a preservative. We are going to use some organic arrowroot powder. This makes the bar less greasy. You could also substitute tapioca powder or cornstarch if you'd like. And then an assortment of essential oils. And I always have to have patchouli. So I'm going to do a combination of patchouli oil, frankincense, myrrh, and sandalwood. Do the oils of your choice. Just take precautions for skin sensitivities, etc. So that's what we're going to be using today. And let's get started with measuring and melting. Okay, guys, here we go. I've put water in our double boiler, and that's heating up. And I've measured out our butters. So we're just going to go ahead and add those in. I have a half a cup of the cocoa butter. I have a quarter cup of coconut oil. And those two basically have the same properties of having natural SPF, and they're moisturizing, anti-aging, full of proteins and vitamin E. I did my homework. And then we have our unrefined shea butter, and that is quarter cup as well. It's anti-inflammatory, it's full of antioxidants, natural UV protection, anti-aging. And as I'm adding these, I'm just going to stir them around with my chopstick. As I stir them, I'll infuse them with loving energy. Then we have our candelilla wax, and this actually comes from a plant called the candelilla plant, and you can literally light it on fire. It's a natural wax taper, but this is an amazing alternative to beeswax if you're vegan like I am. It locks in moisture, protects skin from the elements, allows for a smooth application, gives product stability, and we're going to give it a whirl. I got all these ingredients online at Amazon. Don't rush the process. You know, you don't want to cook it, you just want to naturally melt it. Okay, so we'll let that go for a few minutes, and I'll keep stirring it occasionally just to incorporate everything. And when that's done, we're going to add the rest of our oils and our arrowroot powder. So I'll see you back here in a few minutes. Okay, so this is about 5 minutes later, and you can see it's nicely melted now. So let's take it over to the counter and add our other ingredients. Okay, I'm going to transfer everything into a Pyrex bowl just so we can mix it easier. So here's our wax, blend, okay, and then later when I want to transfer it to this to make it easier to pour, I have a funnel, so it'll be easy to do that. Okay, to our blend here, we're going to add a tablespoon of almond oil, or the oil of your choice. And you want to, stir and incorporate each ingredient as you're adding it. Then we're going to add a teaspoon of hemp oil and a teaspoon of our vitamin E. Again, these are just loaded with antioxidants and nutrients for cellular regeneration and all kinds of good stuff. And then our vitamin E, like I said, same thing, full of antioxidants, and it's a great preservative, so a teaspoon of that as well. And now I'm going to add, before we put the arrowroot powder in, I'm going to add the essential oils. So I like to add a lot. Use what you choose. I don't normally measure, but for the sake of the video, I'll say I'm going to do about a 1/4 teaspoon each of patchouli, sandalwood, myrrh, I'm going to have to pour this soon. You can see it's already starting to solidify a little bit here. And you could just put that back over the heat if it's getting too warm, cold. And our frankincense. Okay, and to that, we're going to add a 1/4 cup of our arrowroot powder. And like I said, you could substitute tapioca, cornstarch. This makes it less greasy. And again, for smoother application. All right, so I'm going to give this a good stir. And then I am going to pour it into the pitcher. And then we're going to pour it into our molds. So this is getting thick. Okay. You know what? I'm going to set this glass bowl itself, back on the double boiler for a minute, just to get this nice and liquid again, okay? It's already a little thick for me, so I'm going to do that, and I'll see you right back here. Okay, I just wanted to show you, I put the bowl and all right over the double boiler, and just be careful when you take it off. Use a pot holder, but you can see this is liquefying again. I'm in upstate New York, and it's very cold out today, so depending on where you live, you may or may not have this problem, but I just wanted to show you. And when this gets nice and liquidy again, I'm going to pour it into the Pyrex measuring cup using that funnel, and then we'll pour it into our molds. But yeah, it's easy. If it thickens up, thin it back out. Okay, back to the perfect consistency. So I'm going to put this in the measuring cup. Okay, let's do this before it gets cold again. So I just have my funnel. I'm going to put it here. And I hope you can see this okay. The fun part about doing this too is not only does your house smell amazing, but your hands get nice and moisturized through the whole process. Okay, so this is ready to pour into our molds. All right, and I have them right here. And always make sure you maintain a clean environment, obviously. Probably goes without saying, but I'm actually going to get a cookie sheet and put that underneath this, so give me 1 second. Okay, all I did was take a cookie sheet and line it with some wax paper, and hopefully we won't have to catch any drips. So here we go. I'm just going to literally just pour these probably a little more than 3/4 of the way full. And I'm going to keep pouring until we run out of stuff to pour. We're going to let these sit on the counter for, I don't know, half an hour to an hour. And then I'm going to transfer them to the refrigerator and give them a couple hours to finish off in there. And looks like, I'll go back. We have just enough for this one. So that's how much this recipe makes, okay? I think I will do it again and do some of the round ones, and we'll let these sit, and I'll see you back here when it's time for them to go into the refrigerator. Okay, so I whipped up a second batch really quick, and something I did different that I recommend this time, rather than taking it off the heat to add the oils and the arrowroot powder, I left it on the heat, and that way I didn't have to reheat it. So I know, I'm a genius. Thought I'd share that. I'm just going to pour this, I'm not even using the funnel, right into our cup here. And give it a stir. And we'll pour it in. Looks like we're baking little mini soufflés or something. Okay, so this is making 4 good size round bars. And these are big, and these will last a while too, so. Okay, you can see this is already setting up a little bit. I'll let these sit out for another half an hour, and then we're going to pop them in the fridge. See when that's time. Okay, these are the ones that I made ahead of time. And didn't they come out great? I love the little shapes, especially for gift giving or just kind of novelty. You know, Happy Valentine's Day. This looks like a lotus flower to me. So obviously, you know, whatever mold you have, that's what shapes you can make. I really do enjoy this shape, though, for daily use. They feel good in the hand. They're nice and thick and substantial. They last a while. So, you know, do whatever makes you happy. But now that they're all done, you're going to want to have some kind of storage options. And I'm going to show you a few things I came up with besides just wrapping them in plastic wrap. Okay, now that you have all these beautiful body butter bars, you need to store them in something. Now, you can just easily, you know, wrap them in a piece of wax paper or some plastic wrap. You don't have to get fancy. You could use a little ball jar, or here's an empty candle jar. You know, anything you choose. If you're like me, you like to recycle, and I'll show you. I made these two little containers that I think will stick around for a while. This first one I made out of a vegan butter container, and I just washed it out good. I took some of my Americana decoupage. I decoupaged some purple, of course, tissue paper to the outside of the container as well as the top. I went around the edge with some Americana black paint, and then for the decoration on top, I used a temporary tattoo that I had gotten at the Dollar Tree. I just cut it out and applied it to the top with water, just like you would on your skin. And on the inside, I just have them nestled in some tissue paper. If you want, you can dust them with some arrowroot or cornstarch to keep them from sticking. But these will stay solid at room temperature. You could keep them in the refrigerator if you wanted to, depending again on where you live. But a cool, dry place for storage. So that's cute and a good idea for gift giving if you want. And then I also decided to make something. Always have an old coffee can laying around. So I took this one and I took some of my Aleene's clear tacky glue and my roll of jute twine, and I just glued the jar and wound the twine around as well as the top. And same thing on the inside. I've just put a piece of wax paper and I have them kind of nestled in there. So that's that. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed filming it. And let me know if you try this out or what your favorite recipe is. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And please subscribe if you have not yet. I will see you guys very soon. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Peace and love. Take care. Bye-bye.